Hey, happy Monday, everyone. Welcome into All Joe Madden here on Picks and Parlays. It's time to talk the early lines. Week 13 is on our doorstep, and I'm joined by Sean Higgs to go over everything that you need to know going into this week 13. Of course, we've got the big Thanksgiving day. We've got all the games. We've also got a game out there on Friday. So much to go over, Sean. As we're recording here, you guys, we have not seen Monday night's game between the Carolina Panthers and the San Francisco 49ers, but we're going to take into account what we've seen thus far on the season when we talk about these teams rolling into next week. So firstly, Sean, how are you feeling today?
All right. Decent winning weekend. Can't complain. You know, you win football, you're fine. College basketball winners. But just annoyed. I had Seattle as a big fave yesterday, and they, let that one get away. And the Saints game, man, I hate losing with a guy. I had a 3.5. Joe, we talked about this like even 2 weeks ago. I said, we were talking about Carolina playing Atlanta 2 weeks ago. I said, this is where I want the Saints. I said, go bet the Saints now at 3.5. And sure enough, it was a good number because the line flipped and you still lose. Those are the worst. Those
absolutely was.
But the thing with that is, and this is what average people don't get. It's one game. Like, over the course of the season, I'm going to get that at a 60% clip. Like, that's going to cash. But on a day like yesterday where it could have been a 6-2 day instead of a 4-3 day or something, that's the frustrating part. That's the frustrating part.
It absolutely is. There was some tough losses by the hook, depending where you got those numbers. We know Pitt came close to getting the win over the Chicago Bears, and talk about Chicago, how well they're playing right now. But Pittsburgh got off to a strong one in that one. The Bears ended up winning 31-28. So if you had the 2.5, you lost by the hook there.
Kansas City, same thing. You could add 3.5, 4, depending on what number. You could have pushed with Kansas City. You could have won with Indianapolis.
Oh, let's not even talk about KC. I knew as soon as they were making those drives to come back. KC's never out of it. The announcers were driving me insane because, of course, I had the Colts plus the 3.5 with money on the money line. I did have an overtime bet in that one, Higgs. You and I talked about it last week going into that one, the overtime, right? Because of how
I think did we even say like 23-20? I think we even said like that would be got to go back to the tape on that one. You know?
We absolutely have to. Someone's got to clip that. We're going to have a look at that, you guys, because I'm pretty sure that's the exact score that you did call, Higgs, going into overtime. So you guys always stay tuned here for the early lines. Yeah, but we saw the Lions get the win yesterday as well over the New York Giants. There was some crazy games. And then you've got to talk about the Eagles. I talked to you about it when we got onto the green room here. How did the Eagles lose that game? Dallas won 24-21. You went in the Eagles were up 21-0 at one point. It was insane. No points in the second half.
They can't. Whatever happened in the second half, they just stopped playing in games. It's not just the Cowboys game, the 2 games they played, but let's look at the last 2 games prior to this. They were playing 16-10 and 13-4 games or whatever hell they're playing. I don't know what's going on. It's. I don't know, Super Bowl hangover. You're like, hey, we're really good. And they are. I mean, you can't go. They were 8-2 going into yesterday. It's not like you could say they're a bad team, but it's like they're just like you're waiting for them to break out. You can't do that when you're a favorite. You can't be. The Cowboy line was 5.5. I had a 5.5 with the Cowboys. It came down to what, a 3?
Yeah, it did.
Like we were talking about the Thanksgiving game. This line was 4.5 for Kansas City, and here it is on its way down. I mean, you can play that kind of football. We were talking about Kansas City in the past. Same way the Eagles are playing. They're playing just to win and not cover. You're going to get picked off. And they nearly got picked off. They got picked off yesterday. Not even picked off. I mean, you're up 21-0, Joe. But the other 2 games where they played against Detroit and Green Bay, like you can't put up 13, 16 points and expect to win in the NFL. Not today's NFL.
No, you absolutely can't. So let's get into those early lines. Before we do, you guys, I want to remind you of the Weekend Warrior package happening over on picksandparlays.net. For $49 only, you can get Sean Higgs's best bets for Saturday and Sunday out there on the site, and he's going to include those Monday plays at no extra cost. So make sure you head on over to picksandparlays.net to grab that. Sean, I know you've been absolutely crushing it, so I encourage people to jump in over there, but those are the best bets. Let's get into some of these free plays here. Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. It's a big day out there. We'll kick it off with the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. Now, this is a 1 p.m. Eastern matchup. Then we've got the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals. Maybe Joe Burrow back versus the Baltimore Ravens. So divisional clash there. First game on deck. Everyone's going to be watching this one. The Packers versus the Lions. Spread is 3. It's up to 3 for the Detroit Lions right now. Total of 49.5 currently. Sean, what do you think?
I like Detroit. I know they played another not a good game, fighting for their lives, had a comeback versus Jameis Winston and the Giants, but you knew that was going to be a little bit of battle. Winston's a guy who throws for touchdown passes. And he's playing for a contract somewhere. He's looking to win a game. I know the Giants. I mean, if I'm a Giant guy, I'm like, I want to win 2 games and just get a better draft pick and get an offensive line for my quarterback. So I can't really blame Detroit being in a shootout there. We were just talking about the Eagles. These guys have been the same way the last couple of weeks.
It's been nasty.
The way they've been playing.
Yeah.
All that being said, though, you got a revenge spot from week 1. The Packers, to me, I don't know what the hell's going on. That's another team. Like, you're losing 16-13 at home to the Panthers, just bad game, giving up 40 to Dallas, getting time. If it's going to come down to coaches and who I like more here, I'll take the Lions at home -3. Yeah. And it honestly, that looks a little low to me. I mean, especially you see Gibbs. That dude just breaks it 70 yards. I mean, he's a difference maker. Like, I got that guy on my team right now, and I like Goff and Browns. I like I'm not a love guy, or I am a love guy. So I'm not trying to badmouth him, but there's no comparison between the two. Goff is the borderline Hall of Fame guy right now.
Oh, absolutely. How he is playing, it's just absolutely
Give me the Lions to break out here. I don't know about total wise. I can see it maybe being like another under, like, you got to get to 50. I don't know if Green Bay is going to score enough to get here. Is Detroit going to score 40? Listen, Detroit -3. I'll lay it with the Lions.
Yeah, I like the 3 with the Lions here. You look at how strong the Packers defense did come out yesterday, though. They were able to get those sacks left, right, and center in that game. But I think this is going to be a harder one for them to put that pressure on. So I like the Lions laying the 3. You got Dan Campbell here at home. Now, Sean, there's only one team that's never played on Thanksgiving Day. And if you guys know it, drop it in the comments. We will reveal that later. I'm sure you know exactly which team. And one team's been snubbed on Thanksgiving Day. Not sure why. So you guys, if you know, drop it below and we'll get to it later. But let's move on to the next game. 4:30
No, don't
Eastern.
drop it. No, because then they're going to just come in after the fact. You can't. You have to do it tomorrow. You have to either let them comment and then you got to come in later on today and put it in there. You can't. Don't let them. Don't give it away.
Okay, we'll tell you guys tomorrow then. So make sure you drop below who it is. That's all. I can't believe the one team has been left out ever since. But there's so many viewers looking at Thanksgiving Day games. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys. 2:30 my time, 4:30 Eastern. We are seeing the KC. I hate Kansas City. We're seeing them a 3.5-point favorite, and I no love for them. I'm in the AFC West. You know that. I'm a Chargers fan. We knew they were coming back and getting that win versus the Colts yesterday. It was painful. They take on the Dallas Cowboys here on Thursday, on Thanksgiving. High total. This is the highest total on Thursday. Actually, the other one's high too, 51.5, Sean. What do you think of this game?
Do we think there's going to be that many points scored? I know it. Oh, it's Mahomes. It's Dallas's defense questionable. Hey, you want to see Mahomes? Maybe because the guy's throwing pick sixes now. Maybe because he's throwing interceptions you think goes over. Not because he's going to go and throw 4 touchdown passes. Here's team. What are we on? We're team number 3 of teams that are really good that have just been up and down. Yeah. These guys, they lost yesterday. What would they say? They're due to win this game. This was a 4.5 because they have to win. And then Dallas pulls out an upset and the line comes down a point here. I don't want to lay with Kansas City on the road. And then taking Dallas is tough. You don't know what the hell you're getting out of the Cowboys. I mean, let's be honest. You don't. I'm a
it's
Dallas
a mixed
guy.
bag.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But 3.5. This is the same thing as as we like the Colts last week at the 3.5, right? I mean, Kansas City plays to a 3.
They do.
Now, Dallas is a team that plays from we're going to lose by a field goal to all of a sudden we're going to lose by 10 because we're going to do something stupid. and then the other team, it's a 10-point, 14-point game, and you're not close. But I'll take Dallas here in the 3.5. There's no other way to look at it. And probably the under as well. I mean, this is a tough one because old school bettors would be like, you see the highest total on the board, you bet the over. Lowest total on the board, you bet the under because they're just trying to scare you either way. It's a different kind of league now with these totals. It's it's not rare to see a 51. I mean, the next game's a 50. The game before was 49.5. These aren't crazy totals. This isn't 1991 anymore, or 87. But I would lean to the under and give me the boys.
Okay, just something to note. The Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day straight up have gone 34-22-1 across history. If you're looking for the Detroit Lions, they've gone 38-45-2. Chicago, they're not playing this Thanksgiving, but they've gone 20-16-2. And the Packers, who will face up with the Lions, are only 16-20-2. It's going to be interesting, Higgs, these Thanksgiving Day games, but I'm with you. The favorites have been cashing.
It was nice when it was always Detroit versus the Bears or the Packers or the Cowboys versus the Redskins or the Giants. Now we had an added bonus here. Now they had a Thursday night in because we're the greedy NFL.
Yeah, absolutely. So going into last year's Thanksgiving games, the favorites since 2004 were 48-9 straight up, 38-19 against the spread. So the favorites covering and getting the wins on Thanksgiving have been the trend. Favorites of 10 points or more, 9-0 against the spread on Thanksgiving since 2005, going into last year's Thanksgiving Day games. So looking at that.
It makes sense, though. You're home. It's a short week for who's ever visited, and it's freaking Thanksgiving. Like, come on. It's like, who's going to be more comfortable? The home team? I mean, you're coming out to watch your team play on Thanksgiving. You're giving up, your meal. The fans are going to be in it. The teams, most of the time, are favored at home. Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Okay, so the Cincinnati Bengals, that's our night game, rival game here with the Baltimore Ravens. Joe Burrow, maybe not back in this game. This line opened as Baltimore a 10.5-point favorite. We've seen them drop to 7. Hard Rock just posted a 7. It was a 7.5 30 seconds ago here. Sean, I'm only seeing 1 7.5. It's on Pinnacle. Oh, Sports 411 just moved their number to a 7.5. So those lines are fluctuating. Where do you feel comfortable with this line? Like you said, those totals have crept up on this one. It was 49.5 at open. We are now seeing 51s, 51.5s. It's just moving across the board with this one.
Well, let's think to the Bengals last game. It was a 5, 6.5 type game, and then Burrow's not playing. It jumps to 9. He might play. He's seen a practice on a Wednesday. The line drops back to 7, right? Yeah. Why is he practicing on a Wednesday on a short week? You knew he wasn't going to play. He's playing today. This line's going to come under. It'll be under 7. I took a 7.5 last week because I just said, you know what? This is where he's playing. This is where he'd come back. Not on no Sunday before a short week when his best receiver's not playing. There's no reason to come back for that. That's a stupid damn comeback. When you're hurt, you come back a couple extra days, first arrival, you're full strength on offense. And honestly, Cincy defense improved a little bit. They had a couple stops yesterday against the Patriots. Patriots are first and goal from the 1, 2, 3 yard line. They couldn't get in or set them for field goals. That's a good little sign if you're Cincy. Maybe it doesn't catapult them to the playoffs, but you're playing a little better. And here comes your boys back. Let's go. You give me 7.5, or now it's down to a 7. It'll be shorter by kickoff. I'll tell you that. That is a fact.
Yeah, it definitely will be. Now, what do you think of if T. Higgins will play here because he is in concussion protocol? Taking that concussion yesterday. If you saw that hit, that was nasty. He fell, hitting his head off the ground. It was brutal. But
you know what? They got your other guy back.
Yeah, Chase is
I'm not worried about it.
So Chase was suspended for spitting. Was that what happened?
Yeah, whatever. I guess he spit on a guy or something. I don't know. Whatever.
See, I missed why he was. I knew he was not playing the game, but I didn't.
I didn't watch it. I heard. I'm not sitting watching every freaking game. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I don't need the. The numbers there. That's what I tell people. You think you're smarter than these cats. These people who are making this number will always have more information than you. I don't care. You don't care if you're related to the guy unless he's
telling you I'm sitting out and no one else knows. They have to airdrop food into these people in the islands. They're literally on an island in the ocean, and people have to bring in food and water to them. All right, people, they're in the desert where they have to pump in food and water to these people. The numbers, they know what they're doing with the number. Yeah. All right, don't think you're going to be slick and be like, oh, look at this one. No, it's a game. They always know what's going on before you.
Yeah, they absolutely do. So that moves us into the Friday game.
Now, basically, now all sevens just about.
Yeah, all sevens.
I mean, this was a 10 2 weeks ago when Burrow wasn't playing. This was a 10.5, 11 even.
Man, I can't lay that. I don't even think the 7 with the Baltimore Ravens because I just look at it. I look at how they played versus the Jets yesterday, and it was terrible. I thought I was losing my survivor pick, Higgs, having the Ravens there. And yeah, they pulled away at the end, but maybe a close start in the matchup on Thursday, and then we see Baltimore pull away, but I can't trust them for the full game.
Excuse me. What's his name? Lamar's back from his injury.
Yeah.
Maybe it was worse than it was. He's been a little lackluster on offense. Right? It's not like what it was out of the gate. But also 40 versus Buffalo. Is that really that impressive? We see Buffalo give up 30 to Miami twice. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something we're like, oh, look at this. They put up all these points on Buffalo. It's not really all that impressive. What was impressive was their big game against Cleveland. They dropped, 40 on them too, or 38? That looks pretty darn good as that Cleveland defense is. But they've kind of struggled a little bit finding themselves, whether it's just Lamar not being in sync. He's health-wise, I don't know. You brought up a good point there. They have struggled a bit offensively, but the defense has improved a little bit also. So maybe it goes hand in hand with whatever's going on over there. I don't know.
It's been messy. It's been messy. It hasn't been easy. Nothing seems easy in any week of football out there, though. There's no favorite that's just coming out and like clearly dominating from start to finish. There's always panic moments, but that Friday matchup, 3 p.m. Eastern, we'll see the Chicago Bears that are 8-3 on the season. Remember, after Ben Johnson took this team back into Detroit, his return, and everyone was like, the Bears are completely done for the season. Well, they're 8-3 right now, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, who were off that loss where they couldn't hold things together versus the Dallas Cowboys yesterday. But the Philadelphia Eagles are 4-1 at home, 8-3 on the season as well. This spread, Higgs, okay, we look at the spread. It's sitting solid at 7, 44.5. No movement in that total. What do you think?
And, this was funny because it was 7.5 the other day before the games played. And I was talking about it on my show. I was like, man, I got a Bears under 8.5. Obviously doesn't look good. Maybe they lose out because they have Philly, the Lions, the Niners, Green Bay twice, the Lions again. There's a Cleveland game in between there. Can they easily drop all those? It's possible. But you know what? They're playing. You get lucky and win some games, right? And I say this every week. You might not be a good team, but you get those lucky breaks and you turn a 500 season into, in this case, maybe 11 or 12 win season. That's what the Bears are doing. They are getting Pittsburgh. They pulled that out there. Things are going their way. And honestly, I wish I grabbed that 7.5. And I'm a favorite 7.5 guy. Yeah. But the way Philly's playing, it's like the Kansas City game 3.5. I don't want to lay that extra hook with that team. Same with, I don't want to lay a 7.5 with Philly, or that has like a 7 or an all over. I'll take the Bears here. I'll take the Bears. And honestly, it hates to say it. I mean, people are gonna find us and be like, "Oh, you said you didn't like the Bears to win games." Listen, if I think a season-long win total, it is what it is. It's locked in.
Yeah,
and I could take a thing like the Bears today +7 and maybe a little money line on them. I can see them upsetting the Philly here. Philly's, I don't know what's going on with them. Money line the Bears, honestly.
Money line on the Bears.
I would go 50.
Guys, that money line is +260 right now on BetMGM.
I'd go 50-50. I would. That's how they're covering. But if you're that close, you're in it. You're in to pull it out. And why not versus a team that's kind of just playing with their food? Like, whatever.
There was a debate yesterday on End Zone. I know you were on it in the afternoon or for the second half. I was on for the first half. The debate was Teddy Covers brought up the fact that he would rather have Caleb Williams over Sam Darnold or Daniel Jones for his quarterback. Are you on the same page? Because I was with Prez. I'd have Sam Darnold, then Daniel Jones, then Caleb Williams in the reverse order.
Listen, I'm not a Caleb Williams fan. I don't know if he's going to be all that good. But he's also 5, 6, 7, 8 years younger than those guys.
It's true.
You know, I mean, if how you looking at it? Are you right now? I don't know. Daniel Jones is having a nice season. I've seen him have so-so seasons. Darnold's in a back-to-back good season, and you have to think: is it the coaching, like why he wasn't as good as before? Mm-hmm. And Caleb is he's still young. You can't get two years. Listen, they were writing C.J. Stroud into the Hall of Fame after he took him to the playoffs the last couple of years, and his stats have been dropping. So I can understand taking Caleb because of his age and the upside. Definitely over Daniel Jones. Like he's too. I got enough of a track record to see him. He's not. I don't know if I want to do that. Darnold knows. Last year he had a coach. This year he's got a coach. He has not looked bad. I mean, yeah, you could say, oh, he's a bad game versus Rams. The Rams, the last 2 years, the Rams have beat them 3 times and Detroit's beat them twice. Yeah. Those are two damn good teams the last 2 years.
Oh, absolutely. Right? They came out and the Rams the most complete team, I think.
Oh, he can't perform. The guy's going up against a team that's 14-2. I'm sorry that he lost to a good team. How about, again, I always come back to, can the defense make a stop and maybe they get a win 23-20 instead of losing 27-20. You know, I mean,
absolutely. That wasn't all on his shoulders. And then if they would have been able to get that field goal with that 1 second left and they weren't able to get it done. So lots come down to that. But you mentioned CJ Stroud. We have the Houston Texans on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Now, Davis Mills has been out for the Houston Texans. They're coming off that upset win on Thursday Night Football. So rolling into this Week 13 game. So they've had extended rest coming into this one. They are a 4.5-point dog. The lines moved from 3.5 to 4.5-point dog versus the Indianapolis Colts and Daniel Jones. Colts coming off overtime loss to the Kansas City Chiefs in a game they held for the majority of it. Davis Mills or CJ Stroud? Have you heard if we're going to have Stroud back? I would start Mills. I like him out here for Houston.
You got a little rest there for Houston, I guess, right? Working in their favor. Off the big win. I really wanted Houston here, thinking we had the Colts win, right? The Colts win that game. The line's gone up, and it's still gone up to 4.5, which is kind of interesting to me. People jumping on the Colts here. I'm still leaning the Texans. I haven't done anything on this.
I think it's
I do like the Texans. I don't care who's quarterbacking.
Plus the points or straight up?
No. I need the points there. No,
especially at 4.5, right? Colts, like if you're getting a 4.5 out there, that's a solid number.
I could definitely, you know what? I might jump in on for myself. And I do have 3, 6, 7 games better this week. I could make a 8th play here on the under 44. Right? Houston's going to run the ball, or be limited on offense, I should say, not just run it. And the Colts are behind Taylor, going to pound him. Houston has a defense, 44.5.
Yeah.
And that was 46. It's come down. Yeah, give me the under in this one.
Yeah, I think it's a solid one. And guys, if you like the 44.5, jump on it now because we are seeing Sports 411 move that number to 44. And normally the books are following Sports 411. They normally move first. We're going to then talk the Arizona Cardinals taking on Tampa Bay. Now, Baker, he was in a sling yesterday. So I don't think we're going to see Baker Mayfield here next Sunday, but there is still a possibility. So that line was originally 5.5. With Baker's injury yesterday, we have seen it move to 2.5. I can't trust the Cardinals out there. I'm going to be honest, but can we jump in on the Bucs with the unknown on Baker? I can't.
44.5 is now official everywhere here for this. So I'm just going to do it. My Colts lost that number. I
can't.
You know what?
It's flying. It's flying down.
I took Arizona yesterday. I was doing my little show for overnight for football look at. I said, this is a 6 right now. I said, this is going to be 3 tomorrow morning. You can take it now. I said, but it's going to come down if Baker's not playing. And sure enough. And I would still lean Arizona here. I mean, Bridgewater, he's nice. He's usually Teddy Covers, not our Teddy Covers, who we're with on Sundays. But he's usually a pretty solid kind of ATS guy.
Yeah.
And this is why I sort of like the Rams list. We talked about it. Just the injuries continue all over the place for Tampa Bay. You can't – sometimes it's just a bad year and you're done. You can't overcome them. This is their season. It's just 1 week after the next, one thing after another. Now you lose your general on the field. And Brissett over here for Arizona. Dude, I had Jacksonville yesterday, and I had him as a +1.5 dog. I'm like, I'm going to lose this game because this guy's just airing it out. Like, he's not quitting. He's like, I got to get a pay next year somewhere, you know? Maybe I'm the starter here. Maybe I'm the new Geno Smith or Sam Darnold, get an opportunity at 32, 33 years old, you know? He's been productive. Why wouldn't you take him here with the points?
Okay, you bring that up. Why isn't Marcus Mariota the starter in Vegas instead of a backup? Right? Marcus Mariota is better than Geno Smith, isn't he? I saw that yesterday. I saw him stand on the sidelines, and I went, come on. Marcus Mariota.
Oh, no, Mariota. No, it wasn't Mariota. You're thinking of because Mariota's on Washington. Is he on Washington now? Or is it Atlanta?
Oh,
Mariota's
no,
on the Red
sorry. Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what I was thinking. Jimmy G.
They got Gucci Garoppolo over there? Him and
Jimmy G is backing up. I believe it's in Detroit. Where is Jimmy G? You guys, where is Jimmy G at?
For the Raiders, I know you got.
Oh, he's backing up the Rams. That's where he is. He's backing up Stafford.
You know what? I told you this. I took a Rams no playoffs when Stafford was like, "Oh, my back hurts. I got to go into an ice box," and I'm like, "Give me the under." No way, they're making the playoffs. Yeah,
we all
talk about freaking falling for the scam. Might as well just send my bank account to the Nigerian bankers.
Jimmy G should be a starter somewhere. I think if Geno Smith is starting somewhere, Jimmy G should have been the starter.
Got to be in the right spot.
Yeah.
Got to be with a good coach. You saw him win games. You saw Alex Smith win games with San Francisco. Guys can win in some spots. I mean, Alex Smith actually won. Even in Washington, he won before he nearly died when his leg was freaking cut his aorta. But I mean, some guys just got to be in a spot, and they're a lot better. You know, what is it? The sum better than the whole of the parts. Like sometimes you're in a system, and you look really good. You get a good coach, you look really good. How many guys look like crap? A lot of guys look like crap.
Well, that's
a lot of crap that polishes up nice in a good system.
That's like the Jets, right? The Jets organization, they can't have a team that's able to get anything done. They change everyone over. And then you see these playmakers go to other teams and they get stuff done. Sam Darnold, prime example, right? Like look at how many players have come out of the Jets and being able to have success elsewhere. So it's not pretty. So not at all.
Jets quarterback next year, Daniel Jones. It's gonna be him or Mac Jones gonna be quarterback in the Jets next year.
Woo. I hope it's not Daniel Jones. Don't make him go there. Let's talk the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Tennessee Titans. This one is a 1 p.m. Eastern matchup as well. This line did open as the Jags a 7-point favorite, moving down to that 6.5. There's still a couple of sevens hanging around. You're going to get plus money laying the 7, but the total sitting at 42.5. And yeah, the Jags are the favorite in this one on the road, laying all those points. Tennessee, though, can you really trust Cam Ward and this team to get anything done offensively? They had a really strong defensive game in the last game on Sunday.
I'm taking the Titans right now plus 7, minus the 120.
Okay.
Who the heck? And again, I had the Titans last week, and we were in a spot. I said, you know what? This is a spot for them, maybe even outright win for them. When they came back off their bye, they played a decent game. How the heck are the Jags favored on the road here? Come on, this team is not a. This is not a 7-point win team. It's not who they are. They're like a live kind of dog kind of team, stuff like that. You know, take them a couple points here and there, not to be laying points. I know Tennessee's been bad. Actually, they've been bad. They've been terrible, absolutely terrible. But they were competitive in their last game out. I think the break was good for them after they fired the coach, good for the rookie quarterback. I'll take them here plus a 7.
It's a lot.
Sign me up. I'm
right?
taking them. I'm loading them right now. I took them for myself, and I'm going to actually put them on the site here for the masses.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a great one to go with. We now have the LA Rams. The LA Rams, I think this is the most complete team. I really do think they have every possibility of not only going to the Super Bowl, but taking it all. I'm going to start looking at futures for the Rams. I don't love to put out a lot of futures, Higgs, but I'm not sure how comfortable you feel with it. But this line, wow, they're taking on a Panthers team that we've yet to see here play on Monday night. So Monday Night Football for the Panthers versus the 49ers still needs to be played out. But the Rams right now going into this one, open as a 9.5-point favorite, now 10. If the Panthers get blown out, are the Rams going to shoot up to 11, 12-point favorite, 13-point favorite, even if the 49ers blow out the Panthers? Or could we see a good game out of the Panthers here and then this line drop? Which way do you think we're going to see movement in this line? Like, should we be jumping now before Monday Night Football?
You're going to see it either way, and you called it. How do you think the Panthers are going to play? If you think the Panthers play like they do on the road, like they have against the Bills and New England, two teams that are, I'm going to say, comparable to San Fran, talent-wise, winning-wise, stuff like that, then you know what? You hold out because you're going to lose this one by, 10 points, 2 touchdowns, and you're going to get that double-digit plus, If you think they're going to be fighters because they've been in games and covering, take the 9.5 because it'll drop to 7 if they're in a dogfight and pull out a win. It'll come down to a touchdown. The Rams, I think, are the best team in the NFC right now, for sure. I don't think it's close. I mean, we could say, well, you this and that. I don't care about the records. Teams win. This team is better than Philly. I know Philly beat them on a fluke play. I think they're better than Detroit. They're better than the Bears at 8-3.
Oh, way better, right? They have the run game. They have Matt Stafford and excellent targets out there for him in their defense.
They got a coach. They got a great coach. Let's just start with the coach. Let's just start there. Number one. They got probably the best coach in the NFC.
Yeah. Sean McVay is unbelievable.
He's excellent.
Man.
He's excellent.
Okay, so right now, oh, wow, we just saw FanDuel shoot to 10.5. I kind of just want to lay the 10 with the Rams and be done with it. I think Carolina's in trouble versus the 49ers tonight. You still got CMC on that team.
10 on the road.
Moving. I'm laying it. I'm jumping right now. Hey. I got to take it before I see a 10.5. I'm taking the 10.
All right.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm all for the Rams being a better team. I get it.
It's a lot of points, though, right?
Yeah, and on the road, you got to factor that in.
Okay,
I know it's a short week because they're going to be coming off Monday night in Carolina, but
who do the Rams have on deck? The Rams have Arizona on deck in week 14. So December 7th. It's hard to believe week 14 is in December. We're sitting here at the end of November, you guys. Crazy. But they've got the Cards. They're on the road versus the Cardinals. They're only a 1.5-point favorite right now versus the Cardinals in week 14. That seems a little weird.
This is the stuff. I do my little show, look headlines. I'm like, folks, you can take these lines ahead of time. It's okay. You can take them. Don't be scared.
Do they think they're going to be looking ahead to Detroit in week 15? Sunday football.
Think about that. 1.5 next week. Is that a joke? That line on Sunday night will be, regardless, win or lose. If they cover to 10 and win 35-10, it's moving to 3. If they lose, oh my goodness, the sky's falling. They can't lose 2 in a row. It's moving to 3. Yeah. It's good. Oh, take it now. Take it.
Yeah, jump on it. They're then a 1.5-point dog in week 15 versus the Detroit Lions. That's crazy too. I don't understand that. And then we'll see them week 16. It is a Thursday night football versus the Seattle Seahawks. Wow, that's going to be a great matchup. The Rams versus the Seahawks again. We saw that one. It came down to the wire. The Rams entering as a 1.5-point favorite in week 16. Sean, I love looking at this far ahead.
I always look. You have to.
Yeah. Absolutely.
People, I don't know people like, oh yeah, How can you do that? Well, real simple. The lines are there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. If you think, short of quarterbacks getting hurt, if you think you know how the game's going to play out, that's why I do early look at lines. Like Tuesday night, I roll out a show for those games. I'll talk about those lines, and I'll be like, tune in, folks. You will hear me say, take the Rams right now, 1.5. I mean, what are we doing here? 1.5.
Crazy. I'm jumping on that. I'm going to lay the 10 with them this week, though, and I'm also going to lay the 1.5 for next week. But let's jump in.
Even Green Bay laying 3.5 to the Bears. I don't want to lay points with Green Bay.
No.
Both teams are going to have rest. Bears are playing Friday. They're playing Thursday. New Orleans plus 9.5 versus a backup quarterback. I'll take the Saints.
Whew, we're getting dirty.
Seattle as a dog to Atlanta. Are you kidding me? I'll swallow that square play.
Okay. Well, let's look at the Saints this week. The Saints this week taking on the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins were a 4.5-point favorite. We're seeing 6s basically across the board right now for the Dolphins, laying all those points at home. They will be coming in off a bye for this game. That total 42.5. Now there's 41s, 42s out there, 42.5 still on some books. So which side of the total, firstly, do you like? Do you see enough points getting to the over, or we got a lower scoring one here? Saints are struggling to score.
Yeah, I lean a little over. I like Miami. You're going to, out of the bye, I'm going to take the home team out of the bye. Yeah. And Miami's been putting up points. Look at the points from Miami. They're scoring like 30 a game. They get there. They might not get wins. You should beat this team. Rookie quarterback on the road. It should be a win for you. But let's move to 6. I mean, I got a 3.5 on these guys. Yeah. So I mean, I'm all right. I got a decent number there early on one and a 5.5. So I'd still lay the 6. 5.5 is kind of. And we talk about it most times. I kind of like dogs in that spot, but we flip it around this way. Rookie looked back to earth, even rested last week. Not that good. So I'll take Miami coming out full board. It's a nice win on their schedule. Should get it done.
Yeah, they absolutely should. Okay, so laying it there with Miami. The Atlanta Falcons taking on the New York Jets is our next game. Still 1 p.m. Eastern time slot here, you guys. We are seeing the Falcons now 2.5-point favorite on the road, taking on New York. New York, I swear they can't buy a win. They're this total, one of the lowest across the board, basically, other than the next game we're going to talk, but 38.5 at open, up to 39.5. Defense, the Jets defense looked good versus the Ravens. That's for sure. Or was it the Ravens just looked terrible on Sunday? I don't know what it was.
I like the Jets here.
Yeah.
I'll take the Jets. Wow. Lay with the Falcons. No, I'll take the Jets here. Here's another quarterback looking to make some hay for himself.
Yeah.
Guys still playing for the coach ain't going nowhere. What are you going to quit? You can't quit. The coach ain't leaving. He's just, it's, you got a quarterback problem. That's not on the coach. It's the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like the coach ain't out there, they take the fall for things, but he feels it so bad. And I was pro Fields. I was like, he'll be fine. I thought he'd be all right. He's been absolutely horrible. I mean, make him a running back.
Yeah.
Make him put him in a quarterback out there every time. He could run out of the, direct snaps, play, I don't know, throw a little lateral to him. He throws it back to you. I have no idea. He's a football player. I just don't know what kind of football player he is, but that experiment's got to be over. I mean,
yeah, it definitely does. Bad. He'd have so much more success, as you say, if they made him into a running back out there. So, the Jets plus the 2.5, you can still grab, you guys. The San Francisco 49ers, again, yet to see how they do here on Monday Night Football, are a 6.5-point favorite over the Cleveland Browns. Now we know that another experiment, Shedeur Sanders. What do you think of Shedeur? First, I didn't like him when he looked at the camera last night and was like, it's only 1 week of practice, you guys. Imagine where I'm going to be. He just came off too cocky for me. I know some people love it. I don't love it. It rubbed me the wrong way. He's just like his dad, though, right? So what do you think here of the Cleveland Browns with Shedeur leading this team?
You beat the Raiders. I don't really know what you get. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And then to come out, look at that. It's after one practice, fella. It's the Raiders. They've been terrible. I mean,
there's confidence, and then there's just like arrogance. And I felt like he just was that confident, arrogant.
The total's 39.5, 40 because you're terrible.
Yeah. I liked him when he played in Colorado. I thought he was great. I didn't like his attitude yesterday. He did
all right in Colorado. He wasn't a first round draft pick.
Yeah.
And when you want to come in and say we're not playing for these teams, no team's going to draft you, because if you're a bad team and they throw, like most teams, they start the rookies, right? They start the rookie quarterbacks. And then he's the type of kid to be like, well, if my dad was here, you think a coach wants to hear that? Get the hell out of here. That's why you fell in the draft, because no one wants to start you. And then you say, well, I'm doing bad because I'm not with my dad.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if he'd say that. He might say it. He came out and said, this is one practice. Look at me. This is great. It's going to be a great season. Let's see how you do against San Francisco next week. That's why you're a 7-point underdog or whatever the hell you are.
And I'm not rooting against him. I'd love to see him do great, but I think he should have stepped back yesterday and just been a little bit more humble. Like, fantastic that he got. I'm happy for him.
He's got the Dion on him.
Yeah.
Right. So people are going to hate, like, because he's going to come in. Hi, I drive better cars than veterans here. I got a Bentley because my dad's a borderline billionaire. He's worth how much money? You know what I'm saying? So you come across like that. Of course, people are going to be like, this guy. Yeah. And then you have the people who are like, look how great he is. He's getting a shot. They didn't draft him because he's black. Well, dude, Cam Ward's a black guy. What the hell are you talking about? He went number one. Like, you can't say stupid crap like that. And people will be like, yeah, there's more reason to hate this guy, because you have reporters saying nonsensical nonsense. You beat the Raiders. They have 2 wins.
Yeah. And I wish him all the best.
I don't know how
I love this guy. Right? Like, I love
Dion. That guy's fabulous.
Yeah.
Again, you're a 6-point underdog because you got a great defense. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're not bad. Yeah. Any other quarterback, they'd be all right. I mean, they play for the coach, right? How many quarterbacks they play last year? DRT, Bailey Zappi. Just guy after guy they throw in there, and they're still competing. They're still in games no matter who the quarterback is. What does that tell you? It's a good team that needs a quarterback. Mm-hmm. And a guy with 1 start under his belt against Frisco. I mean, I don't want him to come in here and get crushed. I could see San Fran winning, yes, but I'm going to total for me in this game only. Total only.
40.5. It has risen to, there's still 39.5 hanging on DraftKings. There's a 40 as well at Hard Rock. So definitely shop those lines depending on which way you want to go with that. Would you take it over currently, Higgs, or are you looking at an under?
A lot of times when it's like 39s, 40s like that, it's like you're just a mistake away from going over when you got a quarterback. But I'd say under here because the defense for Cleveland is that good. And Purdy is a nice game manager. But am I going to be shocked that this game is 16-6 and San Fran wins by 10, 17-7 or some nonsense like that? No. This is not San Fran put up 30-something points. They don't do that. That's not how they play. No. And not against a good defense. Not happening. Nope. And Cleveland's got a really good defense.
We're going to see what Shedeur Sanders is made of next weekend in week 13. If he can come out and compete like he did and look as good as he did versus the Raiders. So we'll see again. I do wish him all the best. I hope he finds success. I just want him to take it maybe down a level when he gets those wins, but I don't know. Let's talk the Scorpion.
Listen, the confidence is fine, but easy fellow. Don't read the room. Like the Raiders are.
Confidence is great. Cockiness, there's a time and a place. But I guess, you look at Jackson Dart and the cockiness him and Scadaboo had out there. It just came across a little different, and I'm not sure why. So we'll see.
Because they weren't like that in college.
That's true.
They didn't come in and say I should be the number 1 draft pick.
Yeah, that's true.
I got my jersey retired out. My team went 11-10. I mean, they retired a jersey. The team went 16-15 for him. Yeah, he's got a little inflated ego. They didn't win a bowl game. Yeah. I mean, come on. Scatterbo was playing in the playoffs. Almost took a team, upset a Texas squad. What are we talking about here, the two guys? One guy couldn't win a bowl game. He was 500 in his college career. And then he comes in and he's talking like he's Joe Montana or whoever, whatever great quarterback.
That is true. I thought Jameis Winston could have been a little cocky yesterday. He actually looked really good with what we saw out of him yesterday. So I would have expected him to talk
He's a different cocky. I like
Jameis
Jameis Winston. I want that guy to get a shot as a quarterback.
Yeah, so do I. Right.
He's the old gunslinger, bro. He's like an 80s, 90s guy just out there chucking. Like, that is run and shoot guy. Like, he should fit in today's league.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely should have, right? So great to see, though. Let's move on to the Minnesota Vikings with J.J. McCarthy taking on the Seattle Seahawks. This is going to be a good one. This is 4 p.m. Eastern.
It's Seattle, a good one. Dude, J.J. McCarthy is absolute trash.
Okay, but I'm saying it's going to be a good one because I think Seattle just comes out and destroys. The books are moving in that direction, too.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just Seattle and the under. Minnesota's not scoring. Seattle writes the book here, 34-0, whatever it's going to be. They score 40. It's going over if Seattle scores 40. And I really don't think that'll be the case if they don't want to drop a 40 spot here. Who do they? Well, you know what? Who they got a bye week up next after this? No, they're at Atlanta after that. Yeah. I mean, they'll just get out early. This is a first half Seattle full game. I mean, they should win by 10. If they don't win by 10, it's a disgrace. Then I'll be on here next week saying, you know what? Maybe Sam Darnold's not that good. You can't beat this team by 10 points. You know,
should be able to.
No. Bad game for them. They gave up late points in game against who's that? Tennessee, SA, whoever. Yeah, no. Give me Seattle in a rout and the under.
Okay, we've got 4 more games to go over here, Higgs, but college basketball lines, they are popping up left, right, and center on my odds logic. I know there's so much going on for you. Can you let people know what to expect when they go over and buy your packages? Because you don't just do football, you do everything.
Yeah, by the way, I'm number 1 on Picks Parlays right now in college basketball, 61-46 of my college hoops. And I have right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games up as we speak here on a Monday morning. I didn't put a package up because I just didn't have time. Listen, you're getting all of my NFL right now. So buy a weekly pass or some kind of deal on Picks and Parlays, and you'll get all my college basketball included with these NFL games I'm talking about. As I'm giving them out to you here, I got 3, 6, I got 8 of them on the site, and you're hearing them as I go around with them right now. So listen, make the smart money move, get on for a weekly. End of the season, I think we have an end of year deal going on. Go get it. I mean, come on. Number 1 in hoops. I think I'm number 1 for the year as well on Picks and Parlays, total money. Got to be doing something right.
Yeah, it's halftime right now. Troy and Toledo. That's a 36-30 game for Troy right now. So trying to clear off all of these college. It's crazy how many games are going on right now.
I lied. There's not games because I have Troy today -3, so that game is off the board for you. You don't get that one.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, let's jump into the next game. We're talking week 13. You guys hit that subscribe button over here on YouTube and drop below what you're liking in week 13. We're moving into the 4:25 Eastern matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers coming off a disappointing loss in their last game versus the Chicago Bears on Sunday. Buffalo coming off a Thursday night loss to the Houston Texans. Josh Allen did not look like Superman in that game. The Buffalo Bills up to 4-point favorite on some of these books. We are seeing a total of 47.5. There are a couple 48s popping. What do you think in this one, Higgs?
Oh boy. This is a I want to take Pittsburgh here as a home dog. This is a Pittsburgh spot. I think Rodgers will be back for this one here. And the Bills, this is another. It's down to 3.5. It was 4.5 last night. Now it's 3.5.
Yeah.
Now I'm kicking myself. Every game I liked has been moving here. So I don't care. Give me the Steelers anyway here. Not sold on the Bills. The defense is a problem.
We're still seeing a 4.5 at FanDuel. There is a 4
4.5
at
at FanDuel, okay.
It's 411. So
all right. Well, listen, get the 4.5 if you can, because that's where it was at last night. So
yeah, grab that now, you guys. I think a lot of people are going to think as well the Bills can't come out and look bad again, right? That Josh Allen has to come out nice and strong. You saw TJ Watt get a pick 6 yesterday. He was able to get that defensive touchdown for the Steelers. So look for defense to come out. I love seeing those pick 6s, Sean.
Yeah, no, I like Pittsburgh here.
Okay. We've now got an AFC West divisional matchup between the LA Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. This one is in LA. We know Raiders fans travel. Chargers really not much of a home field advantage. Chargers coming in off a bye, taking the loss before the bye, and now they're rolling in as, and this is gross to me, I'm a Chargers fan. There's no way I'm coming out laying 9.5, 10 points with the Chargers, but I can't trust the Raiders either. What are you doing, Higgs? Because I think
I'll lay with the Chargers. We're laying it. I think we'll have a new quarterback here for the Raiders. Yeah, I think we'll go Kenny Pickett. We'll be a Kenny Pickett sighting here.
Ooh,
that'll be a Kenny
Pickett. That would be
sighting.
Interesting. Mr. Small Hands. You know he has the smallest hands of any quarterback in the league.
I don't care. Small hands smell like cabbage.
I guess it's reaches 8.5.
Married an Axe Murderer with Mike Myers. Carney folks, small hands smell like cabbage. A hilarious Mike Myers movie.
I don't know.
I recommend it if you want some good laughs.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. I haven't seen it. But yeah, if we get Kenny Pickett, can he keep it within this number? I just don't.
No.
I love my Chargers and coming in off by divisional matchup. We saw what they did. Their first 3 divisional games of the season, they rolled.
The problem is the offensive line.
It is.
That's your Achilles there.
Yeah.
Are we healthy? Are we having guys back? Can we play? But they're off a bye, so I like them.
Okay.
I don't care. You cannot take the Raiders.
No, you can't. And I'm not going to run to the window. I'm not going to bet anything. I think maybe I'll look at a team total here for the LA Chargers. I think that's probably where I'd feel more comfortable than laying all those points, right? Because I do think even though they've got a weak offensive line, they're going to be able to move the ball on the Raiders defense. You got Max Crosby, right?
Yeah. Or they're going to listen. We've seen enough of the Raiders to know what kind of team they are, Joe.
Yeah. Raiders team total under, maybe?
Listen, you attack it any way you want. I am anti-Raider. I laid 7.5, 9.5, and 10 with the Chargers already. So,
you are a brave man, Higgs. I wish you all the best with that. I'll be praying
that my Raiders don't let me down.
I think it's with my heart, sir, that I'm having a hard time getting there with my money in this one. But maybe I would even look. I probably would look first half. Maybe I trust my Chargers. No, I don't know. I want off. Let's talk the Denver Broncos, another team out of the AFC West. The Denver Broncos looking so solid under Coach Sean Payton this year. We know Bo Nix hasn't had like those Stella games that we've been expecting, but they don't need it out of him. They need him to play a solid 3 quarters, passing off that ball in that 4th quarter, make some big throws, throw off the defense there of their opponents. They're now taking on the Washington Commanders. 43.5 is the total in this one, sitting solid, and the spread sitting solid, 6.5 point favorite for Denver on the road going into Washington. Dan Quinn's defense, are we ever going to see it show up this year?
You know, this is a game I just have zero opinion on here. I have no clue what to expect. I mean, I guess you like Denver because they're 8-2 or whatever, right? They're playing good football. This is such a lost year for Washington. I don't know what to do here, Joe. I really don't. I was talking about this yesterday. I have no desire to bet Denver. I can't. 6.5 is not really. Maybe you take them because it looks so low, but they're both off bye weeks. There's no real edge. You know, where's Washington's motivation? Like, any heart to play? Like, our quarterback's done. We got a whiny wide receiver. You know, like, do they even care to show up? It's a no-go for me. This would be maybe I'll do like a player prop or something for the game. I don't know.
Yeah, a player prop would look
not
good.
into
I expect
Monday.
a heavy run game in this one. I'd be looking at it under. You guys sitting at 43.5. 43 starting to hit. We just saw Sports 411, but it's a hard number to bet to the under, especially when we know Denver, we've seen them explode offensively in a handful of these games. But I do think Dan Quinn's defense should have a step up game out here coming in off a bye. Let's talk Monday night, Sean, because I know you got a busy day. You got to get back to those college basketball plays that you're loading up. But we've got Monday Night Football, Week 13, the New York Giants taking on the New England Patriots. Talk about the Patriots in this team playing so solid. 7.5 is that line with the Patriots, a favorite at home. 46.5 was the opening total. We're still getting some 46.5 there, but we are getting it pushing up to 47.5 on some books, laying minus 120. What do you think?
Yeah, boy, New England's keeps winning these guys. They keep doing it. But the Giants are covering left and right. Like you're nipping at your toes like a little chihuahua bothering you. Like, come on, get away from me. I don't, what are you doing? And like I was talking about earlier with this team, you got 2 wins. What the hell are you doing trying to win games? I get the coach. Yeah. The coach can't come in and be like, we're trying to lose because he's looking to get the full-time gig. You got Winston who's looking to get paid somewhere else and prove that he can still play in the league. It's just a weird spot. The Giants are alive just because they have not quit in one game this year.
Yeah. Well, insane game yesterday, right? With the Detroit Lions. They went to 4 overtime.
And
right?
Not only that, like they're running a trick play, like they don't have a care. Like this is another game. We don't have a care in the world. We got 2 wins. Who gives a crap? It's 4th and 1 from our own 38. Yeah. F it, go for it, bro. Who cares? Have fun out there. Where are we going? Yeah. If I'm a coach, when I'm at my end of the year meeting as intern, I'd be like, we got 2 wins. We'll try to win. We'll do what we can. We're not good. It's not a make or break, right? That's a dangerous team with a quarterback with Winston who could chuck it left and right all over the field.
Look at him yesterday. Higgs, he went 18 of 36 for 366 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, only 1 interception.
And he scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's a day. And now they got a team on Monday night who's 8-2, 9-2, whatever the hell New England is. Like, you don't think they'll be like, well, let's play some chicanery here. Fake punt, fake field goal. They can do whatever the hell they want. Again, I lean to the points. I lean to the points with a team like that.
Should have been cocky yesterday. He should have been like, back up, quarterback.
I mean, you talk about house money and having fun.
Right?
They got house money and having fun. They can do it. They got a legit quarterback, whether you like him or not. He throws interceptions. He's a gunslinger, an old school kind of cat.
Yeah.
But that's what's dangerous. You get a couple of those, so you're in a dogfight like Detroit.
Yeah. Good point. Okay. It's going to be a great week 13. If you're looking at one dog only, Higgs, for week 13, where should people go? Okay.
You know what though? Let's we're gonna go Tennessee against Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Pittsburgh is
the one dog I absolutely do not like is the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, I can.
Again, you want to do a little Washington? I'm not going to talk you off that spot either. Cincinnati. We got. I can't pick one, Joe. That's why I have 3, 6, 9 NFL games up and 15 college basketball. You're like, what's your favorite? I don't know. I just don't unload on one. I just kind of do them all. Let's get them.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. It should be a great week 13, you guys. Below this video, let us know who you are liking. Higgs, we've run an hour. You've got so much going on at Picks and Parlays. One more time, what can people expect? What can they go get from you? Because you're crushing it, and we need them to crush it with you.
There you go. Listen, you can get my Monday Night Footballs up for tonight. I gave you a bunch of NFL and stuff. Buy a weekly pass. Get all my college basketball, because sometimes I put a 3-pack up or a 5-pack. It's not all of my games. It'll just be some of them. So definitely get a weekly. I put the games up early. The lines move. You're going to tune in and be like, wait a second, how's this line? You got this line. It's because I don't wait till game day. Yeah. If you're on a weekly, you're on a monthly. I think there's the rest of the year pass. You get a lot of action. Again, I'm number 1 in the money for the year. I'm number 1 college basketball right now. I think I got to find my NFL stuff, but what's there to say? We're doing well. Get on board. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
You're making money. Sean, happy Thanksgiving. Have a wonderful time this Thursday watching these games, making some money, enjoying some turkey with your family. All the best, you guys, and all of your bets. Make sure you always stay tuned here to Picks and Parlays for all of the free content dropping. Hit that like, hit that notification, and drop below this video what you're liking in week 13. Sean, keep crushing the Bucs.
Thanks, Joe. Good luck.